fight to him. Fight to him. Welcome to North Hagerstown High School, getting set for high school volleyball action here tonight. It's Tuesday evening. The North Hagerstown Hubs hosting the Smithsburg Leopards. Another powerhouse Washington County volleyball matchup here on Antietam Broadband. Glad to have you with us here tonight. Mark Keller and Letty Wilkes with you. Happy to be here at North Hagerstown High School, and as always, a meeting of powerhouses here in Washington County, and North Hagerstown coming into this one 12-0. They've won 3 straight state titles. They're on the road to another at this point. Smithsburg, having come in being the runner-up in Class 1A last year, comes into this one with a 7-5 record, coming into this one off of a couple of losses as well. So let's talk a little bit about Smithsburg first, a team that's not a lot of seniors on the team, a younger team this year. What do you do coming into this gym facing an unbeaten North team, a 3-time defending champ North team?
That's always a challenge from a coaching perspective to your athletes, to not necessarily get nervous and anxious about it. You just have to stay in your system and do what you've been working on all season. And, before we went on live here, you and I were just talking about we are getting to the end of the season. And at this point, they've worked through some things, and they know what they're capable of at this point. And they're a younger team. They graduated some girls last year, and some of the younger girls did have experience. But you got to play your game and stick to your plan and not focus on, oh my gosh, we're playing North, who's 12-0 right now, because Smithsburg is still a talented team. I mean, our county, we talk about it all the time, how everybody's, good in our county, and, it's who makes it to the end. So I think just the approach is do our game tonight and let's focus on what we need to focus on. Obviously, there's some people they need to shut down from North, but just play their game.
7-5, as I mentioned, coming into this one for Smithsburg, and 1 game left in the regular season after this one. Tonight, Smithsburg will be hosting Linganore on Thursday evening, and then you're right into the playoffs. Hard to believe that we've reached the end of the regular season already. So this is much as anything for Smithsburg. Obviously going for the win here tonight, but also a night to fine-tune as well, right? Absolutely.
This is a great match to play at the end of the season going into playoffs. Because let's face it, everybody that makes it into playoffs, nobody wants to go home. So this is a great tune-up for that.
All right, well, stay with us. When we come back, we'll bring in the 3rd member of our broadcast team tonight, Bob Parcelletti. He will be speaking with Smithsburg head coach Bree Metzger. So stay with us. More to come here from North Hagerstown High School. The Hubs hosting the Leopards here tonight on Antietam Broadband.
Fall and football are in the air. Now's your time to score a deal at Hagerstown Honda, and a 2025 Honda Pilot can be yours. Get 3.49% financing for 36 months. Drive away in a 2026 Honda HR-V and get 3.49% financing for 36 months. Or choose a 2026 Honda CR-V, now available with 2.99% financing for 36 months for qualified buyers. So come fall into savings from the dealer that makes it easy, Hagerstown Honda.
Come here. Are you lacking deliciousness and flavor in your life? Well, have no fear. Bella's Bites Eatery is here. What's that? Bella's Bites. 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 Located in Hagerstown off the Dual Highway next to Robinwood Medical Center. Come dine with us.
I had several old crowns from 30 plus years ago, and they were starting to fail on me. And when Dr. Rhett suggested just do the full roundhouse and just get all of them complete at one time, I just wanted it done so that I'm not worrying about it anymore in my life. Every other dentist I went to, every place I checked, never made me feel at home or safe or well taken care of as Potomac Dental. I would highly recommend them.
When you need someone who will come through no matter what, someone who will go the extra mile, Cumberland Valley Heating and Air specializes in the installation of residential and commercial heating and air solutions. 24/7 emergency service delivers our promise of getting you the help you need when you need it. We're the tri-state experts in heating, air conditioning, and above all, comfort. Cumberland Valley Heating and Air. It's hard to stop a train.
Get more from your debit card. Your First United Bank and Trust debit card can earn rewards points on all your purchases, online or in-store. Paying is easy and secure with contactless capability and card controls that you manage. When you add your card to your mobile wallet, you tap into even more convenience.
Pay the easy way every day and get rewarded with the First United Bank and Trust debit card. Visit mybank.com or visit your local office to learn more. First United Bank and Trust, banking for a better tomorrow.
Downtown Hagerstown is serving up something for everyone this season. Celebrate autumn at City Park Fall Fest. Family fun, food, live entertainment, and fireworks will all be on September 20th. And as we all know, everyone loves Halloween in Hagerstown. From the block party to the Mummers Parade to the Halloween doll costume parade, there's something for everyone this Halloween. For all of these events and more, visit downtownhagerstown.org or follow Downtown Hagerstown on Facebook or Instagram.
At Washington Goes Purple, we believe it's time to normalize the conversation around addiction and recovery. Join us today because change starts with a single voice.
Back here at North Hagerstown High School, getting set for high school volleyball action. The homestanding Hubs taking on the Smithsburg Leopards. Let's go now to Bob Parcelletti. He is with Smithsburg head coach Bree Metzger.
I'm here with Bree Metzger. Bree, you guys have been doing really well for a really young group, I would say.
Yes, we have a predominantly young team and a lot of areas to grow in, but they come in every day wanting to get better, and I think that's the main thing that brings their success.
Now, when you play in Washington County, it seems like you're always playing against a state champion.
Yeah.
How is that for a young team? Is that help or hurt?
I think anyone playing tough competition helps, and knowing that we have such talented athletes in Washington County is such a benefit for everyone's skill level in the game. It just elevates it, and so we wouldn't want it any other way.
Now, you guys are real young, or a really small school.
Yeah.
This is a pretty big school. What's it going to take for David to beat Goliath?
We'll probably just have to have a full team effort. North is a good program. They have good coaching. So everyone working together, staying in it, high energy, positive mindset. We're coming in a little bit of the underdog. So just take every point in stride.
All right, well, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thanks to Bob and thanks to Coach Metzger as well. Our live coverage here on Antietam Broadband tonight, high school volleyball, brought to you by Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda, the dealers that make it easy. Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda wish much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's match, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. Well, let's talk a little bit now, Letty, about North Hagerstown. As you mentioned, coming into this one 12-0 on the season. They've only dropped 3 sets the entire season. And a 3-time defending champion, at some point, where do expectations start to weigh on a team like that? Does that happen at this level?
Not necessarily. I think they have goals that they start off at the beginning of the season. By this point in the season, where they want to be going into playoffs and what their mission is. You know, the last time we saw them was early in the season. I would think tonight what we're going to see is some huge growth. You know, they had a middle that was a freshman. I'm sure that tonight we're going to see huge growth with her and maybe meshing more as a team. Their communication is more together. Their plays, their offense is running smoother. They're passing, so they're in system more. It's probably all put together, and that's where you want to be at this point in the season. So I don't think it's something you put pressure like, oh my gosh, we can't lose. I think they have to have their goal of what they were trying to accomplish by this point in the season.
Well, let's get a little bit of insight from the North Hagerstown side on that. We're going to send it back to Bob Parcelletti now. He is with North Hagerstown coach Lacey Johnson. Bob, take it away.
How you doing, Lacey?
Good. How about you?
All right. Last time we saw you were against Boonesboro, and after that game, you said that you had to do a lot of some fixing up of things. What's happened since then?
Yeah, I think we've really kind of dialed in on our defense and both at the net and on the back row, and I think that's really helped. Kind of dialing in on our serve receive, making sure that we're getting good passes to our setters to run our offense.
Now, you've been part of the 4 teams that have won the state championships in a row. What separates this team from maybe any of those 4?
I think it's a little bit different of an offense that we're running. I think there's a lot of energy coming on and off the court, and I think it's really a team effort, you know. I think that's just, and they genuinely like each other as players, so I think they are playing for each other and not just as individuals. They play really as a team.
Now, you've only lost like 3 sets the whole year. How do you stay from getting overconfident? How do you keep from having a letdown?
Yeah, so I think we talk about this every day, that every game we have to think that that's the best competitor that we're going to play against, and we're going to come out and play our best game, and I think that's kind of what I challenge them to do every day. And so we're really kind of trying to take this end of the season into playoffs.
All right. Thank
you. Thank you.
All right, thanks to Bob. Thank you, Coach Johnson, as well. And it's amazing to me and not just from North Hagerstown, but all of these schools here in Washington County, just the culture that is built within these programs, and you know, how success just breeds that sort of strength in these programs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that comes from how Washington County volleyball has been for years. And I know you and I talk about this all the time, but as a younger kid, tonight in the stands, there's some younger volleyball players. They come to watch these girls and they say, I want to be that one day. And they know by watching these players that are out here tonight what the expectation is. So when they step into the high school, they know, like, this team's won. We won for years. We got to complete this expectation. So I think they know what the standard is coming into it, and they start at a younger age in this county as well. You know, they play at the YMCA, there's a rec league, there's club ball. They're playing, and they see these kids, and they know what they're stepping up into when they get to high school.
A 12-0 record on the season for North Hagerstown, as we mentioned, losing only 3 sets so far this season. 1 match remaining after this one for North Hagerstown. They will travel to Manchester Valley for their final regular season match on Thursday, and then they'll also have the Central Maryland Conference Championship coming up, I believe, this weekend, and then we're into playoffs. It's hard to believe we've reached that point of the season already, but that's where we are. So more to come here from North Hagerstown High School. We'll get ready to start this match. The Smithsburg Leopards here to take on the North Hagerstown Hubs on a great Tuesday night here in Washington County. Stay with us. Lots more to come here on Antietam Broadband right after this.
If I was the mayor of this town, I'd still be driving around in a Kia from Hagerstown Kia.
Football and fall is in the air at Hagerstown Kia. Hit the road in a 2025 Kia Telluride with 2.9% financing for 48 months. Or the 2025 Kia Seltos, 1.9% financing for 48 months. And the 2025 Kia Sorento with 0% financing for 48 months. It's time to fall into savings from the dealer that makes it easy.
Hagerstown Kia.
C&C House of Burgers is the best new spot in town, hands down. Open every day, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. for takeout and delivery. Breakfast, salad, sandwiches, chicken, and of course, the burgers. The whole menu is served every day, all day, your way. Stop in today at the corner of East Wilson and Frederick Street, or call 240-347-4656. Uber Eats or DoorDash, the best burger you've ever had. C&C House of Burgers. Try it today.
If your roof had a problem, would you even know? HomeSource Roofing is family and veteran-owned roofing company protecting homes across Maryland, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. Roofing, gutters, and siding, we do it all and we do it right. Our neighbors rate us 5 stars for a reason. We deliver on our promises. Call 301-848-8508 or visit homesourceroofing.net to schedule your free inspection today.
Your home is the largest investment, so protect it by having Monocacy Chimney clean and inspect your chimney. For over 4 decades, Monocacy has been keeping the 4 states' chimneys clean and burning efficiently. Our crews keep your home pristine during service by using trusted techniques and the proper equipment. Every cleaning includes an inspection, so Monocacy can find issues before they become costly problems. Over 10,000 happy customers have relied on Monocacy Chimney Care. So should you. Call now and schedule your service for a safe and efficient heating season.
Looking to buy or sell your home? At Real Estate Innovations, we do more than just list and sell real estate. Since 2009, our agents have been offering detailed knowledge of local communities, housing trends, and the overall real estate market. With offices located in Frederick, Hagerstown, Greencastle, and Spring Mills, we have you covered. Call us at 301-745-1500 to connect with one of our real estate experts.
It was a matter of you don't know when that tooth is going to fall out. And then everything serendipitously came together when I found Potomac Dental. The smaller holes that they use here, when they do the implants, everything went in smoothly and haven't had any issues. And I got the whole procedure done all at once in the same day. And now I can eat everything. I don't have to be self-conscious about what people see when they look at me.
Hagerstown High School getting set for high school volleyball action. The North Hagerstown Hubs hosting the Smithsburg Leopards. Hubs starting lineup being announced right now. A senior night here at North Hagerstown High School. Final home match of the regular season for the Hubs. We'll certainly have some home playoff matches here once the postseason gets underway next week. The Hubs coming in here with a 12-0 mark this season. Three-time defending Class 3A state champion. For the Smithsburg Leopards, a 7-5 record coming into this one. As you mentioned, coming in off of a pair of losses. Swept by Clear Spring last Monday, and a loss at Oakdale in 4 sets last Wednesday. We're going to take one more break here before we start. Back at North Hagerstown right after this.
Fall and football are in the air. Now's your time to score a deal at Hagerstown Honda, and a 2025 Honda Pilot can be yours. Get 3.49% financing for 36 months. Drive away in a 2026 Honda HR-V and get 3.49% financing for 36 months. Or choose a 2026 Honda CR-V, now available with 2.99% financing for 36 months for qualified buyers. So come fall into savings from the dealer that makes it easy, Hagerstown Honda.
C&C House of Burgers is the best new spot in town, hands down. Open every day, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. for takeout and delivery. Breakfast, salad, sandwiches, chicken, and of course, the burgers. The whole menu is served every day, all day, your way. Stop in today at the corner of East Wilson and Frederick Street, or call 240-347-4656. Uber Eats or DoorDash, the best burger you've ever had. C&C House of Burgers. Try it today.
I had several old crowns from 30 plus years ago, and they were starting to fail on me. And when Dr. Rett suggested just do the full roundhouse and just get it, all of them complete at one time, I just wanted it done so that I'm not worrying about it anymore in my life. Every other dentist I went to, every place I checked, never made me feel at home or safe or well taken care of as Potomac Dental. I would highly recommend them.
Tonight's live coverage of high school volleyball here on Antietam Broadband, brought to you by Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda, the dealers that make it easy. Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda wish much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's match, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. Mark Keller and Letty Wilkes with you here tonight from North Hagerstown High School. Should be a good one. The Hubs hosting the Smithsburg Leopards. Leopards will be serving first in the purple jerseys. North Hagerstown in black. And we are underway. Wagner first at the service line for the Leopards. They take a 1-0 lead here.
She's Smithsburg's doing a great job of getting them out of system so far. The first two passes from North have not been in a situation where they can set their hitters, meaning they're out of system. Their goal is to be in system. So doing a great job back there for Smithsburg, being aggressive right off the get-go to North. That would be a goal and a mission to get them out of system so they can't attack.
Juliet Fulton there with the...
Just a little long.
Kill, and now service over to the Hubs at 1-2.
Good serve, got Smithsburg out of system. Free ball here, North needs to use this. Doolin with the kill.
Cadence Doolin.
So if you'll notice, Mark, Smithsburg does not have a big block. They're a smaller stature team, so she tonight could have a little bit of a heyday up at the net. They're gonna have to defend behind the block.
Charlotte Williams serving now for the Hubs. Tied up 2 here.
Nice tip by Smithsburg there. And being a smaller stature team for Smithsburg, I would bet that they're probably going to have a lot of roll shots, tips, and a lot of shots to make North have to play defense, and that's going to be their way to try to score. Good pass in system. Booth with the kill. No, it's Eden Shook with the kill there. Good middle attack and good offense there from North.
Madison Schatzer serving for the Hubs, one of the Hubs seniors.
Smithsburg needs to use this free ball. Good set. Good tip, taking Doolin out. So you notice they pulled a tip, and Cadence had to come the whole way in and defend that ball, which is really hard for her to get back outside to attack. If they were smart, they keep doing that to her so she can knock it the whole way out. She'll have to change her offensive pattern to run in attack more inside than out to the antenna there. Good up.
And Cobb with that dig for Smithsburg.
Great up by Tenley Cobb. Libero on their side. She's a freshman too, little freshman over there. She was ready for that.
4-4. Jenny Yoder serving for the Leopards. Cadence Doolin once again with the kill for the Hubs. Five-4 Hubs.
Good roll shot there by Smithsburg. That was a very smart shot. Doolin pulled in real far in for the tip there, and then the left back didn't adjust to that roll shot in zone 4, which is on the corner of the sideline there in the front row and back row. Smithsburg, if they're smart, they're going to keep pulling shots where they're going to, North, like I said earlier, is going to have to play defense and get them out of position so they have trouble running that offense.
To the Leopards, now leading 6-5. Early stages of set number 1. Best of 5.
Good pass. Nice attack by Charlotte Booth. Another freshman in the middle there. And I tell you, Mark, we talked about how you see a team with growth already just watching her. You can tell from the last time we broadcasted them early in the season to now, she's stronger, much stronger in her attack.
There she is once again. Gives the Hubs the lead at 7-6.
It's nice to have a middle with presence like that on the court, too. Any team would like to have a middle like that. A lot of times outside hitters get abused, and we've seen that this season. It goes to the outside because they're the big pounders, but they have to be relieved every once in a while. They can't hit every single ball. They start to wear out a little bit when they're used on the front row and the back row. So it's good that North has that presence with her up there in the middle. And over the past couple years, they've always had a middle that has a presence, which has been very helpful for them, and that's another reason why they compete in the playoffs and get to the state championship. Good pass from Shatner there. Booth with the tip. Nice setter dump by Smithsburg setter there, Emery Smith. That was a perfect opportunity for her to do that. They're running she's a front row setter right now, so they're running that 5-1 offense where she has the availability to do that, and she jumped and campfired there to North. Good try on a deep serve, but North had to communicate whether that was in or out, so that's a positive error on that serve there for Smithsburg. You always want to miss out of bounds, not in the net. Booth up for the serve. She tends to have a nice float serve, so we'll see what.
Tied up at 8.
Nice block by North.
Lauren Lee, number 3 with the block there, and puts the Hubs back out in front, 9-8. With Booth serving.
Good serve. It was really deep back in the back row there, and the player had to determine if it was in or out. It was coming at her head. They might want to communicate a little bit more. It was probably going out. So she's going to keep moving around. That time it was a little deep.
So service back to the Leopards here at 9-10. And it will be Emery Smith serving now.
Nice serve.
Charlotte Williams kind of caught in between there.
Yeah, that set didn't go necessarily how they wanted it to go, and she got a little caught. You know, and Mark, that's not something I've mentioned this season, but now there's a rule in volleyball that if you notice, there's no such thing as a double being called on a set anymore. So you really can set it any way, and the officials aren't going to call it because they changed that ruling, which makes it hard for people who trained all those years to be such great setters, like myself. But it allows them to play the game.
Be up there from Doolin.
Smithsburg's doing a really good job of getting North into a defensive area where they're not used to. It's not like they're attacking hard and they're set in their defense. They're making them move all over the place for rolls and tips and crazy shots, and it's getting North out of balance right now in their offense. And if you notice the last 2 plays, they've been kind of not able to finish. That was a really nice better the ball there from Cadence Doolin. Smithsburg took out a North setter. Doolin stepped in, put up a great ball, just a little bit long on North's end. But that was a great setup and great position on how to handle that.
12-11 Leopards. Shot there in from Lena Casessa. Ties it up again here at 12. And not the usual flow we're used to seeing from North Hagerstown thus far.
No, they're not used to scrambling for defensive shots. And it makes complete sense when you look at the height of Smithsburg. They've all season probably had to find a way to score. When you don't have a tall somebody who pounds it, you're going to find a way, whatever that way is.
Right.
And they're doing a great job of doing that. And they're ready to play defense because they know they don't have a block up.
Pavillon serve into the net, so we're all tied up again.
Nice serve
at
from Tinley
13.
Cobb there. Got North a little bit out of system.
Hubs lead at 14-13. Madison Schatzer back on the service line for the Hubs.
It's a good pass from Smithsburg. Nice attack. Great attack on the right side. Jenna Yoder, and she's going back to serve. Nice kill, and
all tied up at 14. Back and forth battle here in set number 1.
so it's a tough situation. So the pass was a little bit back behind the setter. She didn't get turned. She's in what they call the trail position right now. It's very hard to get around. And she didn't get around in time and made a kind of a set that put Charlotte Booth in a very, very tough situation there. So this is the hardest rotation from a setter's standpoint. She's in the back row and she's in left back. So she has to go from left front the whole way to the middle of the court, get turned. So how you train this is you want your pass to be higher in the air at a higher tempo, so it gives the setter time to get around and make a good set. And right now, North's having a really hard time. They're getting the ball very low to her. She's not getting around it, and she can't make a set. So they're gonna have to come out of this timeout and make an adjustment. No one ever wants to be in this rotation.
The timeout taken there by North coach Lacey Johnson. Our live coverage here tonight on Antietam Broadband brought to you by Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda, the dealers that make it easy. Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda wishing much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's match, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding community. And as always, very grateful to Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda for their support of our broadcasts here of high school sports on Antietam Broadband. 16-14, Leopards.
That was better. They got the pass a little bit higher for her so she could get there. That was a good attack attempt there from Smithsburg, left-hander on the outside. She was going for that sharp shot, and if she would have got it over the net, that would have been a nice kill. She's got the idea for sure.
Hub serving here, 15-16, Aaliyah Murball with the serve.
From Tinley Cobb. There's that setter dump again. Charlotte Booth with a nice block. Isabella Spinelli, I should say. Yeah, that was a nice block. Booth's got to work around to zone 1 and zone 5. She just hit it straight in the middle, and you're going to get blocked. As a middle, you have to cut to your left and cut to your right. Cadence Doolin, she knew the setter was front row. Made a nice block on her setter dump there.
Mia Johnson with the block for North Hagerstown. Pulls the Hubs to within 1 once again, 16-17. Cadence Doolin on serve.
Good serve to right back there. Put in a tough angle for the setter from the pass.
All even now at 17. With Doolin serving once again.
Nice serve.
Ace there.
She's serving that right back position. So zone 1, if you'll notice where the setter is standing, it's really hard to receive the ball from that angle. So she's trying to take that out. And she just got an ace. Very smart positioning on where you want to serve right now. They're going to make a little substitution. And if I were her, I'd continue to serve right there. It's a hard angle from the setter. Nice serve. Smithsburg's doing everything they can try right now to change up their serve receive. They made an adjustment there, and it certainly helped. Nice back row from Doolin. You know, in that little rally, series, Doolin had a couple serves and Smithsburg had trouble handling, but I give them credit. Each time they made some type of change. So if it isn't working, you got to try to change it. They made a substitution, and then they shifted their serve receives. That's really good to see, because from the coaching standpoint, you don't want to see it happen over and over and then no one make a change. If it isn't working, you got to adjust something. So that was really good on Smithsburg's coaching part, that they were trying to do something every time to change it, and it, you know, they got out of it.
Strong run here from the Hubs. They go from down 17-15 now to up 21-17. Late in set number 1 here from North Hagerstown tonight. Katie Stuhlin, one of 5 seniors on this North Hagerstown squad.
Shot. Smithsburg wants to use this free ball to their advantage here. You're going to go with the back row attack. North's going to go with the back row to Doolin. That was a nice set on North's part. They put the ball right on the attack line. So any back row attack, when a hitter goes up to hit, she wants to leave from the attack line and get as closest to the front row as she can. So leave, attack, and land in the front row, and that's exactly where that set was put, so Doolin could actually swing really hard. Nice swing there.
Charlotte Williams with the kill. And
another senior there for senior night, getting some good swings.
23-17 North.
Oh, tough serve. That's one of those serves you just, that's lucky. You say thank you to the volleyball gods on that one.
Set point here for the Hubs. And that one long from Doolin and the Leopards.
She certainly had a run there. Where did she start, Mark? 17?
Started at, yes, 17.
Yeah, she had quite a run there.
Leopards serving here to stay in this one, 18-24, set number 1.
Nice pass. Williams up.
And set number 1 goes to the Hubs, 25-18. Stay with us. Set number 2 coming to you from North Hagerstown right after these messages.
Driving round in a Kia from Hagerstown, Kia.
Football and fall is in the air at Hagerstown Kia. Hit the road in a 2025 Kia Telluride with 2.9% financing for 48 months. Or the 2025 Kia Seltos, 1.9% financing for 48 months. And the 2025 Kia Sorento with 0% financing for 48 months. It's time to fall into savings from the dealer that makes it easy.
Hagerstown Kia.
When you need someone who will come through no matter what, someone who will go the extra mile, Cumberland Valley Heating and Air specializes in the installation of residential and commercial heating and air solutions. 24/7 emergency service delivers our promise of getting you the help you need when you need it. We're the tri-state experts in heating, air conditioning, and above all, comfort. Cumberland Valley Heating and Air. It's hard to stop a train.
Back here at North Hagerstown High School, getting set for set number 2. This high school volleyball match. North Hagerstown Hubs homestanding here on senior night, winning set number 1, 25-18 over the visiting Smithsburg Leopards. Mark Keller and Letty Wilkes here with you. Bob Parcelletti as well. Glad to have you with us, whether you're watching on Antietam Broadband, Channel 6 and 806, or if you're catching us live on our stream on YouTube. We appreciate you tuning in here. Our final high school volleyball match of the season. I know we keep saying it, but I can't believe we're we're already at that time of the season where the regular season is coming to an end and we're getting set for playoffs. And
definitely has gone fast, that's for sure.
Playoff volleyball is always an exciting time here in Washington County.
That's for sure, and I think we're definitely going to see quite a few teams make it deep into the playoffs again for our county, and hopefully some state champions.
Not an unusual thing for us to have multiple state champions from Washington County in a single year. Has happened on numerous occasions, sometimes as many as 3 state champions. And it could happen again this year with North Hagerstown in 3A, Williamsport in Class 2A, and then Smithsburg, Boonesboro, and Clear Spring all doing battle in Class 1A.
Yes, most certainly. Any given day at playoffs, nobody wants to go home, so everybody shows up to play, and they certainly all could have the ability to do that.
So getting ready for set number 2 here. North Hagerstown will serve to start the second set. Up 1-0.
North changed their libero position. Shatner went to playing defense, and they brought in another libero here.
Zalika Pabalan.
Yeah. Nice attack by Smithsburg there. It was a good kill. Great pass to target, which allowed them to run offense. For Smithsburg, this whole match is going to be, they got to serve aggressive, and they got to continue to do what they did the first set and get North into a defensive area where they have to move all over the place, so they cannot run their offense. So, I think they're going to make adjustment here.
Jenny Yoder with that kill.
Nice serve. It was deep. Deep attack there for Doolin. She got the defense there high on the hands. That's the other great asset about her being such a dynamic hitter, is that she can pound it. We've all seen it, and that's the pretty part. Everybody wants to see that. But she's got all shots in her, I call it the toolbox. I'll refer to that again. She can pull out all shots. That was a good high hand shot that she hit, and it was hard to defend. Nice, great attack there by that. Oh, the line judge called it out. To see this on the replay here. That was a good call. It was out. It was out. From our view, looking at it, it looked in, but when the replay, it was out. Good pass by Doolin there. Nice attack. Great shot, sharp 4, hard ball to defend.
Kill there from Doolin makes it 2-2. And Aaliyah Murball serving for the Hubs.
Back row attack for Smithsburg.
(3-2) North.
Out of system pass there.
Just missing wide. And now 4-2 Hubs.
Good pass from Cobb. Nice dig there from Cobb. Doolin with the kill.
Set there by Mia Johnson. Just making her presence known there in the center as well. I think we talked about that before with North Hagerstown. That front of theirs, it seems just like a plug and play from one year to the next.
Yeah.
Somebody graduates and there's
Somebody to
another
fill the
player.
role.
Yep, just waiting to step in.
That's how junior varsity works. You fill the role of the varsity and you watch those people, or you play with them in practice sometimes. So that's the goal for any program. You want to constantly fill your positions as kids graduate. North's had
for the Hubs here.
North's had a couple players that have played on varsity from their freshman year the whole way to their senior year. Nice attack from Smithsburg. So I tell you one thing, it's pretty impressive. The libero over there, Tinley Cobb, she passes money every time that the balls come to her on serve receive. I would not serve her. She would not be a person I'd be trying to serve to, because she's got the ball going where it needs to go. Which says a lot for a kid that age.
Eden Shupp with the kill there with the left hand, and substitutes out. And now it'll be Pabalon serving for the Hubs, 7-4.
Tight. There, the setter had to joust that at the net. Booth up in the air twice. Great job for Smithsburg defending and working really hard over there to get that point. That rally, the offense from North wasn't as productive as it needs to be. So they got to kind of work on getting transition so they can be attackers. And when I say transition, the hitter has to get back deep enough so they can make an approach. And a lot of them get stuck hanging in there. In that last rally, that's exactly what happened. They all were caught because Smithsburg was putting easy stuff on them. They were making them defend. They couldn't get back to transition to get their approach. So that's one of those tactics I said if Smithsburg can continue to do, they're going to get North in a tough situation.
Hubs leading here 8-5, set number 2.
Nice dig there. Back row attack. Nice back row attack from Smithsburg. Jenna Yoder, she's ready to attack over there.
Yoder having a good night so far here for the Leopards. And it'll be Emery Smith serving 6-8 for Smithsburg. Leopards not going away here, 7-8 now.
Booth with a tip. Nice up by Dolan. Williams with a good shot. Good defense from Smithsburg. A little outside the pin there. Wow, what a shot. That's something to get excited about. That was
Zoe Dixon.
Yeah, that's a really tough ball, and she squeezed it in there. That's a great momentum shift for Smithsburg right there. They needed that point.
Ties the score up at 8 here in the second set. Service comes back to the Hubs with a 9-8 lead. And it will be Madison Schatzer.
Booth and Doolin are both up on the front row now for North, which puts two big attackers up there. That's going to be defense there for Smithsburg. Good job. Tooled the block there from Smithsburg. I think that was Yoder again. Yeah, Yoder did a great job of tooling the block. They didn't close it.
Lauren Wagner serving here, 9-10 for Smithsburg.
It was a great serve. It was going deep, putting a free ball. Yoder again. Got a block that time from North.
And it was Booth with the block there. And now at 11-9, North Hagerstown. That was wide by the Leopards, and now 12-9 North Hagerstown.
Nice pass. Long. North's a little uneasy right now with their passing, which is creating the setter to have some tough setting decisions. And she's putting hitters in some bad situations just because of the setting position that she's in. They've let their passing fall a little bit off, which creates problems for your offense. They've been more out of system this set than they were in the first set. They're definitely not in system as much. Their passing is definitely lacking a little bit.
Cubs serving 13-10 here in set number 2. This best of 5 match. Caden Doolin once again for North Hagerstown. Another ball to serve.
Out by just a little bit. It's a little unfortunate because they are getting the pass there to in system. Smithsburg's doing a great job of getting their pass. You just got to finish these attacks.
Point to the Leopards now 11-15 with Jenny Yoder serving for Smithsburg.
Out of system. It's a tough ball for Doolin. She managed. Doolin tooled that, put it through the block. Doolin back to serve. I think last time she had quite the run.
Yes, she did. Not this time.
She got back there and kind of rushed that serve a little bit. That's the one time that you want to really take a deep breath, focus on what you're doing because you're not rushed. Volleyball is a game of speed and movement and everybody everywhere, but when you get back there to serve, you really need to focus on what you're doing, and she definitely rushed that time, which is not really her character.
Smithsburg hanging around and hanging around. Grace Aaron now serving at 13-16.
Deep serve. That was a great serve from Smithsburg. it was very aggressive. Like I said, they're going to have to be aggressive to get North out of system. Nice up. Williams with a roll shot. Doolin with a great up there. Giving it back to her for a back row attack in the net. So that's a hard position. She had to dig the ball, then they set her. You know, I think sometimes they go to her and she needs a break every once in a while.
Timeout taken here by North. We'll remind you that our live coverage here of high school volleyball tonight on Antietam Broadband brought to you by Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda, the dealers that make it easy. Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda wish much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's match, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities.
You know, Mark, I just mentioned that, like, she had to dig the ball and then they set it to her to have to attack. But in the due respect of that, that's a setting decision. And setters have a big responsibility in the court. And a lot of times, even in these matches that we're watching, a lot of times these girls go up and have some hitting errors. One, because they don't get their feet to the ball, but two, sometimes they're put in situations they shouldn't be put on. And it comes down to a setter not making the greatest decision. And that was a situation where she should have never been put in that situation. But, you know, when you're a good player, they're going to go to you no matter what. So that's one thing that'll be a little bit different when she goes to the next level. Is it won't be you got to do everything. I think sometimes they maybe I say abuse her a little bit. She can't do everything. There are 6 people on the court.
Right.
You got to use them when it's best suits. Nice attack by Yoder. Good up.
Murball with the up there.
Little communication error there by North. Smithsburg's just chipping away, and they're doing a great job of putting North in situations, kind of like I said, beginning of this set, what they had to do, and they're doing a good job with it.
Knuckleball serve there and moves the Leopards within 1.
Good float, good float. I noticed that the Smithsburg coach is also given these servers positions to serve at. And one of the tactics is sometimes you serve at the best player to wear them out. And, you know, they've been serving at Doolin quite a bit. So that's hard when you have to play all around the court. Nice attack there by Booth. She was up and ready.
Hubs go back on serve here with a 2-point lead, 18-16. And it's Lauren Lee to serve.
This is a great better the ball there by libero Tinley Cobb.
Charlotte Williams.
Nice kill there
from
by
that
Williams.
left side.
Yep. She's definitely put some kills on the board tonight, too.
(1916).
Williams again. Yoder from the back row. They definitely like using her there.
Service back to the Leopards, 17-19.
Just a little short there.
Schatz are subbing back in for the Hubs and serving here at 2017. kill for Doolin, and now a 4-point edge for the Hubs.
Nice block, good recovery from Smithsburg there.
Set for Doolin, down the line and in.
Hit that straight down line. That's a tough shot to defend, and the set was finally out where she could go down the line. A lot of times tonight in this match, the set's been hung inside, and that's hard to hit that crossbody shot. She can do it, but that time the set was out far enough where she could swing down that line. And ideally, you want to have that set out there every time, because then it gives the hitter all their options. They can hit short cross court, they can hit deep cross court, down the middle, down the line. They got all their options. And sometimes she doesn't always have all her options. So that was a really good set and a setting decision. Referring to what I talked about earlier about sometimes we don't make the best setting decisions.
Hubs with a 22-17 lead here in second set. Trying to take a 2-0 lead here in this one. They won set number 1, 25-18. And it's Madison Schatzer to serve.
Nice shot.
To the Leopards now 18-22. And Lauren Wagner serving.
Good serve. Just a little long there for Doolin. Good save. Another tip. So that tip is really hard. Cadence Doolin is going the whole way over there and getting that tip behind the block. And really, that's a right back. They're really making her go over there, and then she can't transition out. And if you'll notice, the last two serves, Smithsburg has served right at her. It's a great perspective, and they're doing it again. They're trying to get her out of the offense. They're trying to make her work really hard, which from an opponent perspective, if I were playing them, that's exactly what I would do. So great. I have to give it to them. That's great coaching over there to make her work, and they're trying to tip and get her out of the offense.
Now a free ball here.
Again, if you just saw on that tip, she pulled in there. She's not even in her hitting option. That should be right back. The setter should be getting that tip. That's an adjustment that North should make, because it's really affecting her to get out the hit. And Smithsburg picked up on it very quickly.
Leopards have pulled it to within one, 21-22. The serve at Doolin again.
Just a little wide. That was a good run for Smithsburg. They definitely had a plan with that, or what they were trying to approach. And honestly, this is exactly what I would have done. You serve them, the best player, you serve them, you get them in a defensive position where they can't swing, or it's very tough. So that was a nice little run for Smithsburg there.
Took it from a 5-point deficit all the way down to 1. It's now 2 points.
Good tool on Smithsburg part in the block. They had high hands, and it just rolled off the block's fingertips. Smithsburg's right in this.
Down by 1, 22-23. And it's Tenley Cobb, the freshman, serving here for the Leopards. And it's at Doolin once again. Point goes to the Hubs here. And they'll have set point, 24-22. As Aaliyah Murball checks back in and will serve here for the set. Timeout taken here before that. We hear it said a lot, you don't want to let a team hang around. And Smithsburg, whether North is letting them or not, they're hanging around in this set for sure.
And Smithsburg's made adjustments to hang around. I will give them that. They've approached how their personnel is and what they can do of how to handle North. And they're using like I said, they're adapting quick and making modifications of how they can get North right where they want them. By serving, by tipping. How North is playing their defense right now, Smithsburg's taking control of them with that tip. And North needs to make an adjustment for their defense, how they're setting up to cover that tip, because they're taking their best hitters out. Nice tool there by Yoder. That was a great timeout, too. On game point serve, take a timeout, change the flow. That's another great tactic.
So it'll be Jenny Yoder serving here, 23-24.
Nice block there by Smithsburg. Forced their hands to push the ball. If you look on the replay, they forced their hands back into the court, and it landed in. A great positioning with their hands, which they got fired up because who wouldn't want to block that type of attack?
Tied up at 24.
Roll shot here. Tip.
Doolin with the kill and gets the Hubs back to set point once again, 25-24. And it'll be Cadence Doolin to serve.
It was a good serve.
Mia Johnson in the middle puts that one away. The Hubs hold on to take set number 2, 26-24. Stay with us. Set number 3 from North Hagerstown High School coming up right after this.
Fall and football are in the air. Now's your time to score a deal at Hagerstown Honda, and a 2025 Honda Pilot can be yours. Get 3.49% financing for 36 months. Drive away in a 2026 Honda HR-V and get 3.49% financing for 36 months. Or choose a 2026 Honda CR-V, now available with 2.99% financing for 36 months for qualified buyers. So come fall into savings from the dealer that makes it easy, Hagerstown Honda.
Come here. Are you lacking deliciousness and flavor in your life? Well, have no fear. Bella's Bites Eatery is here. What's out? Bella's Bites. 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 Located in Hagerstown off the Dual Highway next to Robinwood Medical Center. Come dine with us.
If I was the mayor of this town, I'd still be driving around in a Kia from Hagerstown, Kia.
Football and fall is in the air at Hagerstown Kia. Hit the road in a 2025 Kia Telluride with 2.9% financing for 48 months. Or the 2025 Kia Seltos, 1.9% financing for 48 months. And the 2025 Kia Sorento with 0% financing for 48 months. It's time to fall into savings from the dealer that makes it easy.
Hagerstown Kia.
Downtown Hagerstown is serving up something for everyone this season. Celebrate autumn at City Park Fall Fest. Family fun, food, live entertainment, and fireworks will all be on September 20th. And as we all know, everyone loves Halloween in Hagerstown. From the block party to the Mummers Parade to the Halloween dog costume parade, there's something for everyone this Halloween. For all of these events and more, visit downtownhagerstown.org or follow Downtown Hagerstown on Facebook or Instagram.
Back here at North Hagerstown High School, getting set for set number 3. This high school volleyball match. Standing North Hagerstown Hubs with a 2-sets-to-none lead over the Smithsburg Leopards. Hasn't been easy. 25-18, 26-24 are your 2-set scores. And Letty, you and I talked a little bit during the break here, and just impressed with the adjustments that Smithsburg made throughout that second set to stay in that, to really push North Hagerstown to the limit.
Absolutely. I said before that set, Smithsburg's going to have to serve and continue to force North have to play defense. And they did serve well, and they went at Doolin to try to wear her out. Because when you have to pass and you have to hit and you have to pass and you have to hit and you have to defend, you wear it down. So that's everybody's tactic. The other part is they started tipping, and how North has their defense position right now. She's pulling too far in to dig and then have to get out and attack, and they don't really have another option with a lot of times how the dig's been coming up. So Smithsburg approached it of how they can get North in a tight situation. So we'll see this set. I mean, there was a great adjustment, and I'm sure they're going to continue to do that. And North, hopefully, is going to make an adjustment to what was going on as well.
Set number 3 underway. Lauren Wagner serving for Smithsburg to start this one off. And this time it's Charlotte Booth in the middle
If
for
you
North
notice,
Hagerstown.
that pass was right to target, so they could run that. And Booth was up and ready. They didn't use her a lot in the second set. If you notice, they didn't use her. So she's got to get more. They got to engage her more in the plays. Nice tool by Smithsburg. Smithsburg also, and I didn't mention this, they're doing a great job off a serve receive. Almost majority, a high percentage of their passes are all going to target. Which they're in system. So North's not necessarily, I don't know if it's they're not serving aggressive or they're just serving the wrong people. They keep serving the libero, Tinley Cobb, and her passing from off a serve receive is pretty spot on. She hasn't missed many passes yet. So, I would take a note that I'm not going to serve her. I can hit at her, but I'm going to make somebody else pass that ball. She's very zoned in and focused on her serve receive, and it's obvious that she's passed every ball to target. Right to the setter's hands.
2-1 Hubs. Aaliyah Murball serving.
Free ball there. Smithsburg, great attack. Get North out of rhythm. Just a little long.
Three-1 lead for the Hubs. Set number 3. This best of 5.
Another great pass from Smithsburg. Little tip. Getting their setter out of position. That's a tough ball. Again, I referred to earlier in that second set of the setter putting a hitter in a tough position, and that was right there was kind of a setting error to put that hitter in that position. So got a little bit make better setting decisions to allow the hitters to hit. And that's going to be a challenge during playoffs. Coming into playoffs, nobody wants to go home. It's going to be pressure, and when you get down into it, if we're not making the right, any team in our county, if we're not making great decisions and putting our hitters in good decisions, that's when sometimes it makes a bit of a challenge.
Didn't serve into the net.
She rushed again back there, so she really needs to focus on just taking her time and taking a deep breath. And it's easy to get into the flow of the game when you're playing and you're all over the place. It's very easy to get in that habit. That's a common trait of any volleyball player. They get back there and rush, and it's the one time that you can take a moment. It's kind of like a foul shot in basketball. Right. You can breathe, focus on what you're doing.
We did talk about how this match for Smithsburg, how it's a great tune-up for them going into the postseason. this has to be good. You look at it from North Hagerstown side for them, where they're playing a match here where things aren't really going their way. They're out of system a lot.
Being challenged.
Being challenged. So this is good for them
Absolutely.
going into the postseason.
Absolutely. And I think last week they played Williamsport, and I heard that was a really good match too. And so this is what you want. You know, we don't want shutouts. We want to be able to come to a match and see these kids fighting to be ready, because, you know, who knows, you get the playoffs and not be like our county and be very prepared. And that's what we hope it is. And at the end of the day, what kid wants to come to a game and play and not have to work for it? I mean, that's not why you go to practice every day and train. You want to play. And these situations, anytime you get in these situations, you know, you take it into practice and make sure you don't let it happen again. Handle it better than you did the first time. Nice run down. Williams with a great kill. Some nice attack. She didn't have a block up, and she definitely put it away.
(7-4) now, North Hagerstown. Leading this one in set number 3. Lauren Lee to serve for the Hubs.
Nice up by Booth there, getting that off the block. So again, Dolan played that up. Then they went to set her, and she's not getting herself deep enough to take her approach. She's a little short. She's got to really work hard to get back so she can get that full approach and swing. She's a little bit shallow to make that a type of attack. And you know, Mark, in what I just said, it's all technical stuff. And the harder some team is challenging you, the more precise you have to be with your footwork, where you're moving, how you're communicating. And that's also what's happening tonight. They're putting them in situations where you can't just do it. You have to be precise. You have to have that footwork that you're supposed to have. You got to work really hard to transition, to get your full approach to attack. You can't be nonchalant.
There by Booth.
Nice attack by Booth. Good to utilize her up there while she's in the middle, and this time this set they've been able to get her ball a little bit more than last set.
10-5 lead here for the Hubs. Madison Schatzer serving.
Little wide there on the set.
Couple of subs coming in for Smithsburg. And it'll be Wagner once again on the service line for the Leopards.
Nice pass set, and then she attacked. But you notice they served to her.
Right. (11-6) Hubs, Booth serving.
Nice attack by Smithsburg, and they had a great pass to start that. You know, they're small in size, and that's another thing that is really helping them. They're doing a good job in their serve receive passing, so they get the ball to target. So even if you're little, if you're set and you're ready to go, it helps a lot.
7-11, Smithsburg serving.
Nice serve. Tinley Cobb dropped that right short in the middle of the floor between Doolin and Shatner. So she's, you know, making both of them have to work.
Up there by Cobb. Ship's attempt goes wide.
That's always a great momentum shift, too, when you have a great dig like that. And even if it goes over, it's just great to get it up, you know? She's in the right position. So if she hits it at her, she's going to have a great opportunity to get up. Nice short serve. Tip by Doolin. That was a smart on her part. She just got dug, and she's been hitting a lot tonight. She hadn't really pulled out that many tips. So sometimes she might want to use that a little bit more just to give herself some recovery room.
12-9 Hubs.
Tool, nice tool by Yoder over there. She's definitely done a good job on the court tonight for Smithsburg.
The Yoder serving. 10-12.
Out of system pass. Got to get that tip up and over, that ponytail tip that I always talk about. She put the tip in their hands instead of up and over their hands. But it was the right opportunity because obviously they have scored quite a bit on that. Just have to get it up and over those big hands. Nice pass.
Eden Ship once again for the Hubs. Counting for a couple of points here in the last several for North Hagerstown. Now 14-10.
It was a tough angle for that outside hitter there. So it was a little out of system. Somebody had to step in and batter that ball, and they put it to the outside hitter, and she was at a really tough angle. And I talk about how setters put people in position. So if the setter is taken out of play, whoever steps in to batter the ball, they have to think of the same thing as the setter. How can I put this hitter in the best situation to hit? So it's everybody has to understand that concept on the court. A lot of times in practice, you train when your setter gets taken out, how do you batter the ball to the outside and right side pin, nice and high in the air, so your hitter has time to approach. And teams train that. How do we handle out a system?
Leopard serving here, 11-15.
Nice serve.
Make that 12-15. Ace coming there from Grace Aaron.
Tough. Again, if you notice, Mark, those two serves, even though she missed that, where it was going.
Right.
Booth, nice. She was up and ready and got a nice kill out of that. That was a perfect opportunity, a good set, good setting decision. Great job on North's part there.
Babylon serving for the Hubs, 17-12. Mia Johnson with the block there.
Nice up. Now, if you'll notice that time, Doolin had a good approach. She got herself deep, and she was able to swing. Whereas the last three back row attacks, she didn't put herself in a good situation to get that attack in the footwork that she needed.
Timeout taken here with the Hubs leading set number 3, 18-12. Our live coverage here on Antietam Broadband tonight brought to you by Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda, the dealers that make it easy. Hagerstown Kia and Hagerstown Honda wish much success to the student athletes participating in tonight's match, the schools that they represent, and their surrounding communities. Six-point edge for North Hagerstown here in set number 3, trying to complete the sweep over the visiting Smithsburg Leopards. One regular season match remaining for each of these teams. Both will come on Thursday night.
Nice job by Booth. She definitely has been more of a presence in this set than she was in the first two. Up and ready, and they've been able to get her the ball.
Avalon serving at 19-12.
That was a great set. Blocker went up from North with that front row setter, and she saw that, and she went ahead and set the hitter, and if you notice, nobody was up. That's going to be automatic kill, so that was a great setting decision there.
It was Spinelli with the kill, and it will be Spinelli serving here for the Leopards, 13-19.
Nice deep serve. Got North out of system. Nice attack there.
Avalon
Sending free ball.
That's in for the Leopards. Cut the deficit to 5, 14-19.
Emery Smith, the setter from Smithsburg, has done that twice too. She's just put the ball up with one hand. It's been tight to the net. She's made great decisions there. For a sophomore, I think we're going to see good things out of her in the years to come if she's doing that right now. Nice attack by Booth.
And went right back to Booth. For the point there. Now 20-14, North Hagerstown. Lauren Lee to serve.
Nice block by Booth. So in that situation with Smithsburg, with their passing so good, Booth doesn't have to move. So a lot of times I talk about in transition play, you want to set the middle, and that's a situation for Smithsburg. They want to use their middle and transition play because Booth was standing there like a wall, and she blocked it like a wall. So you want her to have to move around. Nice high hands by Williams there. She reached up for those high hands and tooled the block. Great shot.
Hub serving 22-14. Set number 3.
Great pass. Tip there. Nice attack by Booth. Oh, good hustle from Smithsburg, just not enough.
Cobb made the initial up. Out of bounds.
Potential game point here for North.
24.
To close out the match.
14. With Lauren Lee serving.
Overpass, and Booth certainly took care of that. I think this set was hers. She definitely showed up this set for North.
For sure. 25-14 is your set 3 score. The Hubs complete the sweep of the Smithsburg Leopards. Stay with us. When we come back, Bob Parsolini will have a couple members of the North Hagerstown team as the Hubs improve to 13-0 on the season. More to come here on Antietam Broadband right after this.
Get more from your debit card. Your First United Bank and Trust debit card can earn rewards points on all your purchases, online or in-store. Paying is easy and secure with contactless capability and card controls that you manage. When you add your card to your mobile wallet, you tap into even more convenience.
Pay the easy way every day and get rewarded with the First United Bank and Trust debit card. Visit mybank.com or visit your local office to learn more. First United Bank and Trust, banking for a better tomorrow.
If your roof had a problem, would you even know? HomeSource Roofing is family and veteran-owned roofing company protecting homes across Maryland, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. Roofing, gutters, and siding, we do it all and we do it right. Our neighbors rate us 5 stars for a reason. We deliver on our promises. Call 301-848-8508 or visit homesourceroofing.net to schedule your free inspection today.
Your home is the largest investment, so protect it by having Monocacy Chimney clean and inspect your chimney. For over 4 decades, Monocacy has been keeping the 4 states' chimneys clean and burning efficiently. Our crews keep your home pristine during service by using trusted techniques and the proper equipment. Every cleaning includes an inspection, so Monocacy can find issues before they become costly problems. Over 10,000 happy customers have relied on Monocacy Chimney Care. So should you. Call now and schedule your service for a safe and efficient heating season.
Looking to buy or sell your home? At Real Estate Innovations, we do more than just list and sell real estate. Since 2009, our agents have been offering detailed knowledge of local communities, housing trends, and the overall real estate market. With offices located in Frederick, Hagerstown, Greencastle, and Spring Mills, we have you covered. Call us at 301-745-1500 to connect with one of our real estate experts.
It was a matter of you don't know when that tooth is going to fall out. And then everything serendipitously came together when I found Potomac Dental. The smaller holes that they use here, when they do the implants, everything went in smoothly and haven't had any issues. And I got the whole procedure done all at once in the same day. And now I can eat everything. I don't have to be self-conscious about what people see when they look at me.
High School, the North Hagerstown Hubs complete the sweep of the Smithsburg Leopards in 3 sets. Let's send it over to Bob Parcelletti. He has a couple members of the winning team. Bob, take it away.
Hi, I'm here with Coach Lacey Johnson. You guys had a grind a little bit today. They really took you out of your norm, I think.
Yeah, Smithsburg did a really nice job kind of picking on some of the things that we might need to work on a little bit going into this next week of practice. But they were serving aggressive. They kept us out of system, which really made us have to change our game a little bit.
Now, they seem to pick on Cadence a little bit. Cadence...
in serve receive?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, whenever she was back in the front row serve receiving, sometimes it's a good idea to pick on that person because then it kind of takes them out of that play offensively as well.
How much does that take you out of system? Because she's usually the one at the end instead of the one in the beginning start and everything.
I think we have a lot of people stepping up and really taking care of the ball. But I definitely think that kind of, it does throw us off kind of our rhythm and our norm. But I think we did a really nice job in that 3rd set, got a lot of people active and picked up the energy. I told them at one point, I was like, guys, this is not really that fun to watch. We need to really pick up the energy. So that helped out a lot.
There was that one timeout where you guys came out and you changed something. It just seemed like you were getting the ball up in the air higher, something else to get you going. It was early in late in the first period or first set.
I think all I did was I made some of my normal substitutions. We wanted to get an opportunity to see all of our seniors play together, so that was a lot of fun in the first set. But then we kind of moved back into that regular rotation that we're used to.
So how do you feel about things now after having to struggle a little bit?
I think struggle's always good. I think that's where you learn your mistakes and things you got to work on. So it doesn't really break any confidence going into playoffs. I think that it's just stuff that we need to focus on going into practice and really key in on some of those things.
All right, I'm going to move down the line here.
Perfect, thanks.
Cadence Stuhlen. You did a little bit of everything today. I mean, the first set was the serve. You got on a roll there and added a couple of kills, obviously. Did they kind of test all your strengths or all your abilities today?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, they got me in serve receive for a second there, and then I bounced right back. I think they were really trying to get us out of system because that's like, we don't score the best out of system, but we've gotten a lot better about it, and it showed tonight because we were able to score a lot out of system.
Toward the end, it looked like you were kind of decoying them. It looked like you were up towards the net, so they couldn't go after you, and then you would kind of move around, and everybody else kind of filled the spots that you usually are in. Is that about what happened?
It kind of happened. happens like that when I pick up those tips, and it's just our setter, me, and another hitter. You got to move the ball around a little, and that's what we were kind of doing, so that way we had the blockers on their toes.
How difficult is you, because it's not your norm to do that? Because, I mean...
It's pretty easy because we practice it a lot, but it comes naturally the more you play.
How do you think you guys responded to them? Because they really made you grind, and you guys have had some pretty easy going here.
The first 2 sets, they challenged us a lot, but that third one, we definitely focused in a lot more, and we stayed disciplined, and I think them competing with us helped that.
Looking forward to the playoffs?
I'm really excited.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Charlotte Williams, you were one of them that picked up the slack there when she couldn't do the kills. You got a number of them off the edge over there. What's the main mindset, and how do you know it's time for you to take over?
It's just like in that moment, like there's not much, there's a lot you can do, but the best thing for you to do is just to put your all out there and see where it goes.
Now, you got in a roll there. I mean, I could see you getting more and more confident with each kill. Is that basically what happened?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, it always depends like on the energy in the core, of course, and like just overall, but that's just what happens, you know.
Now, you guys, I don't want to say depend, but you center yourself around Cadence, and when she's getting in there and struggling because of the being out of system, how do you guys kind of stay on key then?
We usually just focus on ourselves and just see like what we can do. Obviously, she's an amazing player, and there's so much that she can do. I just feel like we always just pull ourselves back together, and that way we can just
How
work
do you
as a
feel to
team.
be tested like this?
I mean, I feel like it was a good test like going into playoffs. It was like the best way to put a good competition before like more competition comes.
Okay, all right, well, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. 25-18, 26-24, 25-14 are your set scores. North Hagerstown completing the sweep here of Smithsburg. The Hubs improving to 13-0 on the season. Smithsburg falling to 7-6. And I liked what Coach Johnson said there. You know, now we know what we need to work on, and you know, now's better to know that now than to find out next week or the week after, right?
Absolutely. Smithsburg did a great job, even though they didn't come out with a W. They did a great job adjusting and putting North in situations that they're going to see down the road. They served at Cadence Doolin to get her one out of serve receive, and she even mentioned that they were getting her out of system, but they were wearing her down. I mean, when you have a player that's a 6 rotation, she never comes off the court, and she hits from the front row, she hits from the back row, and they're going to give her the ball, they're going to give her the ball, they're going to give her the ball. When you have to pass, you have to defend and hit, and you never get a break, you wear players down like that. So that was one of their tactics. And the other thing was they were tipping on her, and she was coming so far in, and I mentioned it, that she was coming in to defend, and she could not get out to transition the whole way outside. So that they're going to have to either change their defense and let the right back play that up so she can be a hitter. I would most certainly rather her hit than defending that ball. Let somebody else better the ball and let her attack. So that's an adjustment. If any team would scout this, that's an adjustment they're going to have to make to not put her in that situation, because she has got to be an attacking attempt and in a good situation. So Smithsburg just did a great job. I don't know if Coach Metzer approached it that way and made that transition, but if she did, great coaching, and they handled themselves very well. They're a young team, and I think down the road, Smithsburg's going to be a team to reckon with, if not all these teams. And North's that team everybody wants to beat right now, too. So everybody, you know, the matches that I've watched this season, everybody's been a challenge to them, because they've all had to step it up, and it's created North to step up. So that's good. Going into playoffs, North wants something like this to happen.
And for Smithsburg, you know, they fall to 7-6 and a third straight loss here now. And you know, on paper, okay, it's a sweep. But boy, they played their hearts out here tonight. And
they have nothing to hang their head about. And, you know, that's something from the coach. I think she would say there's so many great things that they did tonight. They certainly don't need to hang their heads. And going into playoffs, they'll certainly be a team to reckon with, like I said. So kudos to both teams. I think North were put in situations tonight that they didn't handle as well as they possibly could. But Smithsburg did a great job of putting them in those situations. So kudos to both teams. It was a great match to watch. I think all the matches that we've done this season have been great, and it's going to be great to follow these teams going into playoffs. And I would bet on it that we're probably high probability we might have a state championship out of this county this season. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think odds are most seasons here in Washington County, you're going to come away with at least one state champion, and I'd be surprised if that weren't the case this season as well. Well, that does it for us here tonight from North Hagerstown High School. Once again, the Hub sweeping the Smithsburg Leopards. For Letty Wilkes, for Bob Parcelletti, and everybody here at Antietam Broadband, I'm Mark Keller. Thank you for joining us tonight. We will see you next time.
Washington Goes Purple, we believe it's time to normalize the conversation around addiction and recovery. Join us today because change starts with a single voice.
If I was the mayor of this town, I'd still be driving around in a Kia from Hagerstown, Kia.
Football and fall is in the air at Hagerstown Kia. Hit the road in a 2025 Kia Telluride with 2.9% financing for 48 months. Or the 2025 Kia Seltos, 1.9% financing for 48 months. And the 2025 Kia Sorento with 0% financing for 48 months. It's time to fall into savings from the dealer that makes it easy.
Hagerstown, Kia.
Hello, I'm Jim Miller. Reggie and Terrence have the night off. The Flip Side starts right now. Welcome to the show. We're pleased to have with us tonight Chief of the Hagerstown Fire Department, John DeBacco.
Thank you.
Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
I did. Excellent. All right. Well, there's the first success story. So, John, thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the fire business.
Yeah, sure. I started like many young boy wanting to be a firefighter when I grew up, and in the 70s I began my journey as a volunteer firefighter, and I got into EMT and paramedic at that time, and I was a volunteer for a number of years. I got my first career job as a firefighter paramedic in 1985 in West Virginia. In 1992, I moved to Norfolk, Virginia,